get this going. Boom. Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Welcome in. If you have been to any of these so far, you know how this goes. You know what's going on right now. Welcome back to everybody who has come back. To everyone new, what's up? My name is Chad the Maverick. I'm the astrologer here, one of the in-house astrologers here at House of Intuition, and we're going to be going through the Leo new moon and this week and everything that happens in between. We're going to be talking all about it, everything about it. Hey, what's up to everyone? What's up? What's up? What's up? How's it all going? This Leo season has been very, very powerful. It's been a very powerful Leo season, and it has been unlocking the heart. Please drop some hearts down if you feel like your heart has been opening up this Leo season in a new way. So happy it's Saturday. Facts. This is a great Saturday. Let's get it started. Let's get like one more minute, just have some people come in, and then we're going to start breaking down the astrology of the week. If y'all didn't know, I'm a teacher here at House Intuition as well. I have a class every Monday. So every Monday from now to who knows how long, I have a class about whatever topic of astrology that's going on. This week, I'm going to be talking about the Leo new moon now, but in my class on the Leo new moon, I'm going to be breaking down how the Leo new moon is going to be affecting you and what it's specifically going to be doing and working with your sun sign. So pretty much I'm going to be bringing y'all through talking about the sun in astrology and also breaking down and letting y'all know exactly what it is you can do and you can utilize in order for you to push forward your own personal sun signs for your manifestations coming up this upcoming week. So shouts out to all the Leos in here. Heavy energy today. High key. I'm gonna break that down in a second. It's been real heavy the past 2-3 days. But I'm gonna be breaking all that down in 2 seconds. Take the classes, y'all. Last week was so awesome. You heard it there. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I'm just saying, like, it's pretty great. But anyway, anyone that's coming in, Chad the Maverick. That's all my social media platforms, and we're about to get into this week right now. So we are basically towards the latter end of Leo season, right? Literally, Virgo season starts next week. So the whole idea behind this Leo season so far has been having everyone tap into their heart source, tap into that space, right? All of this like heat, the heat that's radiating within has been really like rampant lately, right? You might have been a little bit more fiery. I know in the months beforehand, things were a little more dumbed down. Things were a little bit more quiet. It was hard for you to really tap into this, but this has been erupting your passion. This has been letting you really, really push forward. Yes, the live is going to be on the page, and I'm also going to be putting it on my own page and YouTube afterward, just in case anyone's looking for this, right? Anyway, aside from that, right? This Leo season has been very potent as far as tapping people back into their inner fire. And if you haven't tapped back into your inner fire yet, you still have a week to do so before this Virgo energy kicks in. And we're going to be having to take all the passions that we have, all the passions that we raise, all the heat that we raised, and then start to put it in a more analytical sense. We're going to start to like pinpoint things that we might have missed on, pinpoint things that we might have skipped over because we were so passionate and heated up. And we're going to be making that really work and pop off, right? So let's start off with today, right? What's happening today? So as far as today is concerned, there's been a major shift that happened this morning. So this major shift that happened this morning is also known as Uranus retrograde, right? Now, if you're familiar with astrology at all, you'll be familiarized with the fact that retrogrades pretty much mean that for us, the planets are going right? So Mercury retrograde, everyone's like, oh no, it's Mercury retrograde. When we get closer to one, I'll be explaining that more. It's not anything to necessarily be afraid of, but it is something that does have impact on us and as a whole, right? So when Uranus goes into retrograde, Uranus has been in Taurus for the past while now, right? And what you've seen with the whole Uranus and Taurus aspect that's been happening, the things that have been shifting have been all around like beauty standards. It's all been around health. Health has been a huge topic this whole Uranus retrograde. It's been tapping into what do we find natural, what comforts us, what suits us, what are the things that are supposed to be important to us that we value. And all of these things have been pretty much getting shaken up through this Uranus and Taurus aspect. You'll be finding new lanes and new avenues to like really touch and tap into this type of energy, right? So what this retrograde motion is doing when it comes to this Uranus and Taurus is that where all this was more so, let's say, external, so all these things were kind of happening on the external lane. What's going to be happening with it going retrograde is that we're going to have to really be tapping more so within ourselves, more so within what do we deem valuable, who's been treating us right, who has been providing us nourishment, who has been providing us sustenance, right? I think that's a key word when it comes to Taurus energy in general, is sustenance, right? A lot of people just like to be like, Taurus, food, where yes, Taurus loves food, but it's not specifically about food. It's about the sustenance, it's about the nutrients, it's about the nourishment, it's about things that you can take from what you're having or what you're eating or what you're consuming, and how is it going to give you that staying power? How is it going to give you the things that your DNA needs, that your body needs in order to sustain yourself? So those are the biggest aspects when it comes to Taurus energy. Now, with the Uranus and Taurus energy, all of these themes are pretty much going to hit with this lightning strike, right? I like to explain Uranus as the lightning strike that changes everything, and you're like, wait, what? You never really know when it's coming. You never really know when it hits you. But because it's going to be in retrograde, it's going to be an internal, like, surge of energy where it's like, oh, wow, I have been eating like crap. Maybe I should start having better foods. Or, oh, man, I haven't really been treating myself right now. Maybe I should, like, look at some supplements and see what I can do for myself, for my body, right? Taurus pretty much rules the physical realm in a lot of senses. So it's like anything that has to do with your personal comfort on a physical scale, you're going to be learning what really works with you, what doesn't work with you anymore, and what you need to push forward towards coming this whole Uranus and retrograde cycle. So I have an article I wrote on the Uranus retrograde. I'm going to be posting it onto my story after this live stream. So check out my Instagram, Twitter, etc. chadthemaverick. That's what I go by. chadthemaverick.com is my website, and I also have all the links to every class that I'm running through with House of Intuition on there as well. So it's just a good one-stop shop to figure out everything that you need as far as this upcoming astrology is concerned. So, moving on. Oh, one other thing I want to point out. So right now, the moon is in Cancer, right? So the moon in Cancer is going to be in Cancer for the next 2 days. But the whole idea with this moon in Cancer aspect that's going on, right, is that it's going to be opposing all of this Capricorn energy. Mind you, the best way to put it, anything that's been going crazy on in the world as far as government politics, anything along the lines of that, has been Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn all clearing house in Capricorn. So this moon is going to be opposing that energy, right? So, and the moon in Cancer is very representative of the home. It's very representative of the soul, the home. Like, what do you feel comfortable with? What is around you that can nurture you and provide for you? These are all the themes that are really going to be coming in with this aspect. So having this, where Uranus just went retrograde, and this opposing the Capricorn placements, we're really going to be finding ourselves a real new home security, like a new sense of security as far as what can nurture us, what can bring us into ourselves, right? That's the big thing that comes through with Cancer. Is when you're at home, you're supposed to be the most yourself, or at least feel like you can be the most yourself. So because all of these things are happening and shifting, you're going to be expressing and finding new aspects and new feelings about yourself through your intuition, through all this other things, through how you relate to work, how you relate to your job, your environment, anything along the lines of that. These are all aspects that are going to be popping off between today and tomorrow. So Uranus in retrograde, I don't think I mentioned this beforehand, is a long-lasting placement. It's going to be coming from now until January of 2021. So this is going to be a real bringing of finding out what makes you comfortable, because come January 2021, you're going to know 100% what makes you comfortable, how you want to rock out for the rest of Uranus and Taurus. So and that's a very long placement. So just keep those things in mind as I move on into the next day that is coming up. Word. So now we're going to be going into tomorrow, right? So tomorrow is Sunday. So we have a handful of things that are happening on this Sunday. So we have the Sun square Mars in Aries. We have Mercury in Leo square Lilith, and Venus square in Chiron. Let me break that down, what that means, because I know how it is sometimes. So, speaking of, if you want to learn more about the aspects of astrology, I have a class on that. Not this upcoming Monday, but the next Monday. So feel free to check out House of Intuition's website through all the classes, because I'll have classes where I'll break down how you can know what a Sun trine Mars and Aries means and etc. So feel free to come through to that as well. But so what we're going to be talking about tomorrow, or what's going on tomorrow, the Mars and Aries has been a very critical aspect that has just pretty much come into play, and Mars is going to be in Aries until pretty much the end of the year. So this Mars cycle, Mars is at its highest peak in Aries. It's where it's the most thing. This is where the warrior energy comes in, right? If you haven't noticed, even people have been way more direct. People have been way more like pushy in a lot of senses, because it's like they know what they want, they know what they're going for, and they're going to be very active about getting it, right? You hear that little bit of like that type of energy, that little push forward. That's what Mars and Aries has been kind of doing, right? So with the Sun trying this, if there's something that you personally want to do, if there's something that you've personally it's been sitting on your heart, it's been sitting on your soul, as far as like the heat of your inside of you, if anything that you've been wanting to do, tomorrow was a good time to like launch it forward, like give it the push, give it the forward. And the reason 11 anyway, the reason why, right, is because like pushing this forward on this day is going to start providing you the blocks that you need to do come Mercury and Virgo, which is switching over later on this week. I'm gonna explain that when I get there. But that's going to really be pushing you forward as far as that concerned. And with this Mercury trining Lilith as well, your communication on what you want, your communication on the things that you need are going to be way more direct. So think of it like this: all of this energy that's pushing forward, this fire energy that's pushing forward, this very cardinal, pushy type energy, is actually going to be aligning you closer to what you want to do, but you can't be afraid to let yourself be in that frame, right? You might rub off some shoulders the wrong way, you might do whatever, but the whole idea behind it is that you stick to your identity, you stick to who you are as a person, you stick to that heart energy that I've been talking about this whole entire Leo season so far. So it's like your heart energy's been working this whole time. Now is the time to start showing and proving what you've learned as far as tapping into your heart, what you've learned as far as who you are as a person. This is the time to really like kick it forward. It's not a time to be afraid. All that scared stuff, that was last season. All that scary stuff, that was 2 months ago. There's not time for that. Straight up. Like, it's not. This is the time to really, like, boom, make those moves that you need to do, because you know that that's how you feel. You get where I'm coming from? So, another thing I want to point out, this is going to be, Venus is going to be trining Chiron. So, like I said, there's going to be a lot of healing involved. And there's going to be a lot of healing involved with you sticking to your gut, with you sticking to who you are. It might rub some people off the wrong way, but in that rubbing off the wrong way, you can learn how to heal and how they can respect your warrior energy coming in, how they can respect your identity that you're really starting to kick forward, that you're really starting to push through. These are all these type of themes that are going to be coming through, having this aspect coming through on Sunday, right? So let's move on. So then we're going to go into Monday, right? So on Monday is a very important day. The reason why Monday is a very important day is because the Sun is going to be conjuncting Mercury. Mercury and the Sun work very close together. Literally, like Mercury is the closest orbit, or Mercury is closest to the Sun, and it moves the fastest, right? So Mercury has been catching up to where the Sun has been this whole time. The Sun being your personality, how you express yourself. And so Mercury being behind the Sun has been you being a little bit more quiet about what it is you feel. You've been like a little more like, you still say what you're saying, but like, you know, you've been a little more timid, a little more whatever. With it catching up to the Sun, all that feeling that you had, all that heat you've been building up, you are communicating that out, like straight up. Like there's no filter anymore. There's not supposed to be a filter when you speak from your heart. That's the point of speaking through your heart. Does your heart have a filter when it beats? No, it beats. That's the whole point. So it's like you pushing forward these thoughts that are emanating from your heart space, that are emanating from this heat that you're bringing in, is going to be kicking forward new ways to express your passions, new ways to express how it is you really feel about these certain things. This is all what's going to be happening with the Sun conjunct Leo, right? And Mercury is also going to be working again with Mars. Remember yesterday how I was explaining, or for Sunday, I was explaining the Mars energy that's going to now be on Mercury too. So now it's like, yeah, so Sunday, you're supposed to be where it is and make those moves. But then when Monday comes around and you're really going to be pushing that forward, you get where I'm coming from? This is how the astrology works. It's like forever building on the things that are already being worked on in order for you to like start pushing that out. So as Third Eye Thrive said, fearless warrior energy. Couldn't say it better myself. Fearless. That's the idea behind it. It's tapping into the fearlessness that your heart's emanating. Like, you can't be afraid. There's no reason to be timid. This is 2020. It's been a crazy year, but now it's the time for you to like live in that and live in that like bravery that's coming in, the courage of your heart. That's what's really kicking in. So we're going to be moving on. Once more, for anyone that might have just popped in, Chad the Maverick, all my social media, chadthemaverick.com. If you want to learn more about these placements in particular, I have an article that I had that I'm going to be posting on my story after this, so feel free to check that out. And on top of that, I'm also going to be having a new moon ceremony coming through this Wednesday. Monday, I'm sorry. Ceremony's on Monday, where I'm going to be breaking down the celebration of it and really tapping into how you can use the new moon in Leo to manifest through your sun sign energy and make these things happen. So feel free to pull up to that as well. Now, back to the news of the week. So now we're going into Tuesday, right? Tuesday is important. I mean, every day is important. This is a pretty packed week. But Tuesday is important because the sun and Mercury, those two places I was just talking about, is going to be sextile the North Node in Gemini, which is destiny, right? On top of that, Venus, your heart chakra, is going to be sextile the Uranus and Taurus that I was just explaining earlier as well. And so what this is doing, right? Those things, remember how I was talking about the bravery, all that stuff. The bravery that you're kicking forward is activating parts of your destiny and giving you new opportunities to find parts of your destiny, to find new avenues to push your destiny forward. And it's that serious, like it's that critical. Whenever the North Node is involved, it's literally that critical. And what the North Node in Gemini is all about is communication. So it's being fearless about you communicating how it is you feel. You being fearless about you communicating what's on your heart, what's on your mind. And this is all in preparation. Mind you, this is all preparation. This isn't even the new moon yet. This is all in preparation for the new moon in Leo. That's why this new moon is so like critical. And everything that you really work to manifest through your heart space, this new moon in Leo is going to happen. So because it's going to happen, you have to make sure that you're really tapped into your true authentic self before you start manifesting everything else. So that's why the universe is giving us those 3-4 days beforehand to prepare, to get ourselves together, to get our feelings together, to get our hearts together, to get our minds connected to our hearts with the sun going on Mercury, and then pushing this forward. This is going to be saved. Thank you for the love. I appreciate it. It's going to be saved onto the onto the House Intuition page. I'm going to be putting on my personal YouTube. I'm going to have a clip on it on my Instagram. So it's going to be everywhere. So just to let y'all know. So I appreciate y'all showing up first and foremost. I'm going to keep going with the rest of the thing. With the new moon in Leo and such like that. So y'all can get tagged on. How do you stop manifesting your fears? That's a perfect question right now. Thank you so much. It's a perfect lead in. How do you stop manifesting your fears? This is the time to tap into your fire to burn those fears away. And it's easy for me to say I'm a triple fire sign, so that's how I operate. But the whole idea behind it is like you're supposed to literally burn your fears away. To be honest with you, if you want to burn your fears away, I would say write your fears down and literally burn them. And if you want to do that on a new moon too, you can do that on a new moon where it's like, all right, or before the new moon. Don't do it on a new moon. Let me take that back. Do it before the new moon. Take it, burn it away, right? So the big focus for today and tomorrow is learning how to tap into this bravery. The bravery that you've been working on this whole entire season so far. This heart bravery. The Lionsgate happened. All this heart chakra, all this big love, passion, energy has been going on. So now it's a time where it's like, all right, this is my bravery. This is what I'm sticking up for. This is who I am. You get where I'm coming from? And then with that is what you're going to use to manifest on the new moon in Leo. I'm going to have a class on it on Monday once more. But on the new moon in Leo, right? This is very critical as far as you tapping into that space. You're going to be activating your sun sign. You're going to be activating everything else. Lionsgate was a portal that just happened on 8/8 when it started. And basically it's when the Orion's Belt, Sirius, all these fixed stars line up perfectly with the pyramids that are all throughout the world, and that energy pushes our heart energy forward. If you've been to my last live, you should know I'm always going to keep y'all updated, so feel free to check in every Saturday at 11 o'clock. I'm coming on here and I'm explaining the week, and I'll be referencing and everything like that, because I love trying to get y'all on so y'all can understand what's going on. You get where I'm coming from? So moving on, right? The new moon, I'm going to be breaking that more. Feel free to shout out to my class on Monday, and I'll be breaking that down super deep so you can know even deeper how to do that. So now we're going to Thursday, right? So on Thursday, what we're doing is, well, Mercury is going to go into Virgo. My IG name is Chad the Maverick. I'll be typing it in, but Chad the Maverick. And that's the name, just like that. But on Thursday, Mercury is going to be going into Virgo, right? So Mercury loves being in Virgo. If anything, yeah, it's definitely his favorite spot to be. Because the reason why Mercury is, first of all, the mind. I'll be breaking that down closer when it gets there. But not only is it the mind, it is how you're able to articulate details, right? Mercury works super fast. So the whole idea, and Mercury and Virgo is about the facts, right? So the facts of things are going to start to surface more. You're going to start to notice the things where you might have fell short because you didn't know the details. The things where you might not have been able to do, you're going to start to see what is that one thing that you missed. That's the whole magic behind Mercury and Virgo. Is like you could have had everything together, but you missed one detail, like one thing. And then you figuring out that one thing takes you from like 0 or 10, like really is that, to 100. And it's not because you did anything crazy. Mercury and Virgo is about working smart, not hard. You get where I'm coming from? Like that's the whole idea behind Mercury and Virgo. It's like working through your intelligence, through being able to see what needs to be fixed, what needs to be analyzed, and then using that one detail, that one bit, and it'll launch you forward in whatever it is that you're doing. So Mercury's going to be in Virgo for a little bit coming on to this. And the one thing that's important about Mercury and Virgo is that when Mercury goes into Virgo, the moon will also be in Virgo. So your intuition on Thursday is going to tap you into everything that you haven't done. Everything that you haven't done, like, oh man, I really wanted to like clean this room out and do this, or like, oh, I really wanted to like, make sure my credit score was right, all of that type of stuff. Like I'm telling you, you're just gonna like feel and be like, I need to get this done. I need to get this done. Oh shoot, I need to get this done. And all of that energy is going to be popping in with this Mercury and Virgo, right? Don't let that, make sure though, the one thing I need to point out with Mercury and Virgo is a very like angsty kind of energy. So you might think to yourself, I need to do all of these things at the same time. You do not. What you need to do is make a list, cross the list off. Any Virgos in here, anyone with Virgo energy in here knows exactly what I'm talking about. Isn't it satisfying to just be like, and I got this done? That right there is the type of energy that's coming through with this Mercury and Virgo coming this Thursday, right? So even if you're not that organized, you don't necessarily have to write a list out, but make sure you're like, all right, I want to do this week, I want to do that week, and I want to do that week, and get it done, because that's the best way to work with Mercury and Virgo energy, right? So moving on, Friday, so Thursday is gonna carry on into Friday with the same type of energy, as far as just like you finding even more stuff to like point out and be like, oh, I need to fix this, oh, I need to clean that, why haven't I got my oil checked? All of that type of stuff is going to be popping in super fast, and you're going to be able to get it done pretty quickly, because it's about working smart, not hard. Listen to your intuition, listen to what's being said, listen to what your gut's telling you, listen to what the divine is letting you know, and that's how you're going to be able to get it done. This is also going to be opposing Neptune. So with this Neptune opposition, it's literally going to be kind of like, with those little small things that you get done that you think aren't that serious, your dreams are actually going to be like literally pushing forward even stronger, because it's about the very minute things. The whole idea behind it is like the little bit of paper is how like that big wish comes true. You writing down your intentions. Ooh, that's another thing. Intentions affirmations, anything along the lines of things that you need to write down to better yourself, if you do it during this Virgo season and Mercury and Virgo season, I'm telling you, like, I really hope y'all listen to that, because it's gonna like make things like work. Like, you can literally be the most unconfident person in the world, but if you write down every day, I'm confident in Mercury and Virgo, you'll never doubt yourself again. That might be a little bit like, I mean, but you'll be 80% there forever, straight up. Like 80% there forever. How do you manifest a soulmate? You are your own soulmate. You can't find someone who's a soulmate if you're not radiating at the highest of your own energy. So when you I vibrate at the highest of your own energy, and you activate that, that's how you find your soulmate. Your soulmate can't find you if your soul isn't where it's supposed to be. You have to vibrate as your soul, vibrate in that strength, vibrate in that power that you have inside. And then next thing you know, they'll just show up at your door and you'll be like, where did you come from? It's the type of energy that's coming through. Yeah, so hopefully that has helped for that. But yeah, at the end of this week though, the sun's gonna be in Virgo. That's why this whole week, I'm gonna reiterate one more time. The heart energy that you've been working on all of Leo season, you need to push forward exponentially as much as you can during this week, because after, when Virgo season starts, which I'm going to be explaining next week, so tune in next week, 11 o'clock, same time every week. It'll also be on the page. If it's not on the direct page, if you click on the series tab, all my stuff will be there. But with that being said, when you get into it, you're going to be like, Virgo's going to be like giving you the small things that you have missed, right? You've been so passionate that you've been missing out some details. And when you find those details, if you keep that same energy your heart has been working on this whole season, the details, when you write them out, it's going to automatically happen. Like, straight up, it's going to just be like, oh wow, I didn't realize that this could happen in like a day. You know what I'm saying? Things that might have took you a week before, 2 weeks before, it's like a day, 3 days. How is this happening? So be sure that you write things down come this Mercury and Virgo. So affirmations are important these upcoming weeks. Affirmations are important all the time. I need to do these myself, so don't get me wrong. I need to get my notebook and write them down. I'm not exempt from any of the advice, and I'm telling y'all, I have to watch my own stuff back to be like, what was I saying? You know, just to make sure that like everything's on point and on par. But yeah, so that's pretty much the week as far as the astrology is concerned. Once more, I'm going to give my plugins just so y'all can know what I'm doing, who I am, and everything else along the lines of that. My name is Chad the Maverick. All of my social medias, Chad the Maverick, all across the board. I also run personal readings on my website. I provide services. I read your natal chart. I read synastry charts. I do the destiny readings. I do all the whole nine. So feel free to check that out, chadthemaverick.com. It's easier to like check out my Instagram because I have the link right there and you can just click it. But everything across the board is Chad the Maverick, right? So other thing too, I am a teacher here at House of Intuition, and I teach a class every Monday on a different astrology topic at hand. At 6 o'clock p.m. PST, 9 p.m. EST for anyone that needs to know. They're $10. They're literally like, I go off. Every class that I have, I go off, all info, all things that you need to know. Like, I don't hold anything back. So that's why I really do suggest you checking out the classes, because I just go off for a whole hour. It's on Zoom. I get real interactive, make sure everyone's questions are answered, and bet. I'm going to answer the difference between a new moon and full moon in 2 seconds. I just want to make sure I have everything done. But, yes. So, the whole idea behind this, right, is like, pull up to the class, pull up, be around. I'm a friendly dude, say what's up. And I like to help people get onto the astrology way. So, the difference between a full moon is about releasing, and a new moon is about manifestations. So, ideally, what happens is, when you manifest something on a new moon, it happens by the full moon, and then all the other BS crumbles away. I specialize in more so new moon. I was born on a new moon, so I specialize in like that type of vibe. So yeah. So outside of that, thank y'all for showing up. Thank y'all for staying through. I love doing these. This is super fun every week to give y'all the astrology, break it down. And like I said, I'm going to be a face. I'm going to be here. I'm booked for the rest of the year. You're going to see me. So just pull up, say what's up, say hi, throw some comments, throw some likes, throw some hearts, whatever you got to do. I'm here for y'all. Y'all work with me. We work together. we can know what's going on in not only the world, but in our own charts and within our own hearts, so we can push things forward. So, that's pretty much it for me. This is going to be saved. I'm going to be saving it right now. And outside of that, thank y'all for showing up. Appreciate you. And until next time, have a great one. Peace out.